I believe that half of the semi-finalists from 2022 are not going to make the 2026 World Cup round of 16. Welcome back to Forecast Sports. Today I'm going to preview and predict the Football World Cup for 2026, which is just on the horizon. Today we're going to predict every pool and knockout. And I'll give you a hint here. There are shocks nearly everywhere. Okay, let's start with Group A. We have Mexico, Korea, South Africa, and the Czech Republic. Mexico, they are the home side. They have Raul Jimenez especially leading the line, who's from Fulham, and that is where they will get their most success. They have been a very strong side in the most recent of times, drawing to Portugal and Belgium, so I expect a lot from them this World Cup. Korea are based around Heung-min Son, of course, who has scored 9 goals and 12 assists this season in the MLS, which is quite expected from his ability. But he will be the link man, the man to produce the magic for South Korea, but they also have a lot of backups around him. South Africa are 60th rank in the world, and they don't have huge names. They have Lyle Foster from Burnley as their striker, but not many big names that stand out. But we believe that they will put up a fight during this World Cup. The Czech Republic, Patrick Schick, 22 goals this season. So he will be the main man, but around him they have Krejci and Souček and a few other big names that can hold them solid during this tournament. This pool is well renowned for the striker depth within it. Every team here just has one striker that can win games for them. So that will rely. So whoever has the best performing strikers, I believe, will come out as the most rewarded side of this pool. Okay, so I predict Mexico to come first, Korea second, the Czech Republic third, and South Africa fourth. Now to Group B, we have Switzerland, Canada, Qatar, and the Bosnia-Herzegovina. Okay, so Canada, of course, are the home side, but they have so much competition within this pool. Switzerland will put massive fights up against Canada because they are a strong side. They have a few players missing, but led by Xhaka, who has led Sunderland phenomenally to Europe places in the Premier League. I believe they can come and do really well within this tournament. They have a good attacking play and a good midfield as well, the Swiss side. And Canada, on the other hand, have good defence. So it could be interesting to see how they match up these two sides. Qatar, they are here to fight, but considering their last World Cup was their World Cup, I don't believe they'll hit the heights they did then, or put up as much of a fight. Bosnia, on the other hand, with Dzeko, qualified over Italy. Now that is a phenomenal result. I think they could put a lot of pressure on those top two sides in this pool. This pool we called as a very even pool. all of these four sides can put up big contests against each other. So that will be the question coming into this pool. Who can take it by storm? My predictions for this pool is that Switzerland will come first, Canada will come second, Bosnia and Herzegovina will come third, and Qatar will come fourth. Now to Pool C. This is an exciting one. We have Brazil, Morocco, Scotland and Haiti. Now, Brazil, of course, the other team that stand out here, but looking through that, there is some excitement below them with Scotland and Morocco, two sides who love drama, especially in World Cups for Morocco. Now, for Brazil, of course, I believe their bench will be too strong for the rest of this group. They will come out and they have so many goal-scoring options. You saw this last match they played against Panama. They won 6-2. So many goals. The only issue, though, I see within this side is that they haven't really played together as much. And over the recent times, they haven't played possibly since November. That could be an issue. Morocco. Now, I have predicted an upset. No, not what you're thinking. Not Morocco over Brazil. Scotland over Morocco. Now, that would be drama. I believe Scotland, after their upset win and their dramatic win to qualify for the World Cup, they can carry this on against the fourth place at the last World Cup, Morocco. I believe they can get and win against them. McTominay and co will produce some magic this tournament. Watch out for them. Morocco, now they were dramatic winners of the Africa Cup of Nations after a lot of controversy. I don't know about them. Yes, they've got a very strong side, but they're missing some key players. Yes, they should stand up at World Cups as they have, but maybe I feel like this might be a blip. This tournament might slip up. Haiti, of course, are coming to enjoy the ride. So this group is the drama group. So many exciting matchups and drama coming off these matchups. Now I believe Brazil will come first, Scotland will come second, Morocco third, and Haiti fourth. Let's go to Group D, where we have USA, Paraguay, Turkey, and Australia. This is an exciting pool. USA, the hosts, of course, under Pochettino, I think they'll be organised. Pochettino will have them playing well, but that doesn't mean I'm predicting them to do well. I think they will disappoint. That is quite a big call from me. So I'm ready to take the comments back at me, because it is quite a strong US side. Pulisic and Adams will be the strong experience within the side. But I just don't see them coming out as the best, especially in this group. Turkey, on the other hand, they are so exciting. Extremely strong attack. Arda Güler, phenomenal. Now that's where they can win the matches with excitement. That's running in the World Cup. Running on the hype is one of the best moves that a team can do, because often that's where teams win, when they have such that magic at the end of matches. They can just put absolute phenomenal moments on. Now, Australia, they had a great last World Cup. They nearly beat Argentina, the World Cup winners. This year, though, I don't know. They will be still a strong side. But can they do it again? That would be exciting. That would be a story. Paraguay, they have a decent defence. They are a good side. The only questions here is, can they take this group? Can they take on these opponents? This is a big chance for them, but it's going to be tough still. It's a World Cup, of course. This group, I'm calling the group that is for the taking. The group that anyone can come out on top. Because these are such close sides. I believe that Turkey will come first. USA will come second. Third will be Australia. And Paraguay will come fourth. Now that's interesting. Now let's move to Group E. Oh, we got some excitement here. Germany. Now, there have been questions of Germany. And I am questioning them as well. Do they have the striker? We've seen Voltemata. He's a great player. But he hasn't been on top form. And they've got Kai Havertz. But he's not he's been playing for Arsenal as the main man. But he's not what I'd say Germany need. Germany needs someone. Voltemata, exactly. But a in-form Voltemata. I am just questioning whether Voltemata can stand up to those big moments. Now, they are defensively and midfield stacked, Germany. But I could be calling an upset here. Germany may go down to Ecuador. Hincapié, Pacho, and Caicedo have a phenomenally exciting attack and style. Their pressing is really fast-paced, and it means they often catch teams out. They are quite achievers, this Ecuador side, and I feel they are quite underrated. Hincapié, of course, has been phenomenal this season. Can he carry that on the World Cup? That will be exciting to see. Now, Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, have a decent attack with Amad Diallo, the main man around there, and finished quarterfinalists in the Africa Cup of Nations. Now, there could be something to see here, but the quality I see in this group, especially between the top two, is possibly too good for this team. Curacao, I think, are here for the ride. To be honest, they are not here to... Well, they'll be here to try upset teams, but I don't think they will come. Unless it's Ivory Coast. Maybe. Now, so obviously this group is my upset group. So I think that first will be Ecuador. Second, Germany. Third, Ivory Coast. And fourth, Curacao. That's our Group E. Now, let's move on to Group F. This is an exciting one as well. So many good matchups. Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, and Sweden. Now, before the qualifiers for the World Cup, the last playoff qualifiers, I thought, Sweden, they're not looking a good side. They are well away from the World Cup. They're not going to make it. But after Graham Potter has taken charge, they have turned into a side that can really make use of its attack. They have such quality up front. Isaac, Gyökeres, and many more that can take teams by storm. They are in form as well, so that could be possibly where they can attack teams. Netherlands, my favourite team in this group, have attacking defenders such as Dumfries, but then also strength at the back with Virgil van Dijk, Ryan Gravenberch, who can just solidate that defence while they attack. Now that's where they can take teams. Jurrien Timber, of course, is another player that can be of use. I'm not sure whether he's available for the World Cup. That would be a great question to look into. Probably should have researched that, but anyway, we move on. But Netherlands, up front, yeah, they can be a bit 50-50, but they are looking a good side, especially at the back. Japan, exciting as always. Their attackers just have that different style to other teams. They just have that free-flowing Japanese style. Matoma, Kamada. They will be a great team to watch this World Cup. And it'll be interesting to see where they get to. Can they pull off upsets? That will be interesting. Tunisia, they are a good side. And I hope they do well. They are a great side. And they'll be looking to do something this World Cup. Now, this group, Group F, is one I based on speed and attack. They both have quite, well, especially Japan, have a very quick side, quick attackers. It'll be interesting to see who can attack the best, though, within this group. I believe Netherlands will come first, Japan second, and Sweden third, while Tunisia will go bottom of the pool. Now we move on to Group G. This is one to think about because, yes, we have Belgium, yes, we have Egypt, but the two most talked about, well, one of the most talked about sides is New Zealand and Iran. New Zealand. No pain, no gain. Tim Payne is the hype man of this group. Everyone will go to watch New Zealand play because Tim Payne is there. He might not be the greatest footballer, but, well, actually he's the GOAT, so what am I talking about? But New Zealand will play well because of this hype, I'm betting. Because there will be so many people coming to watch Tim Payne play. How exciting for my proud New Zealand side. Belgium. They have leveled up with form recently. They need to level up and get better because this is a big World Cup for them. With that kind of, there's a coming of age here. This is a new sort of group of upcomers such as Jeremy Doku, Trossard, Kevin De Bruyne, of course, experience, and Andre Onana, Yuri Tielemans, such good players within the side, such quality. But they struggle in big games. They need to put out big results during this World Cup. Otherwise, we'll be talking about a disappointing Belgium for quite some time. Jeremy Doku and who else but Leandro Trossard have been in quite phenomenal form as well for their Premier League teams. So I'm betting that there is going to be some excitement coming from those wings. Iran, outside pressure on them. That's as straight as I can put it. They have outside pressure. They have so much travel, staying in Mexico but playing in USA. And I think there's too much going on for them. This is going to be a tough World Cup. And that's as much as I can put it to them. Egypt, there is not much behind Mohamed Salah and Mamouche, and they haven't been in greatest form. But I can see them carrying their team on their back still. So, of course, this pool, this Group G, is a group made by the stars. Top performers for each team will carry their teams on their backs. So I believe Belgium will come first in this group. Egypt second. New Zealand, from their hype, third. And Iran, sadly, fourth. Now to Group H. We move. Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde. Now, I look at this group, and yes, it's exciting, but it's also a bit predictable for me. I think it's quite predictable. Spain are a strong side coming off, obviously, the Euros win, and a very close encounter against Portugal for the UEFA Nations League, coming second in that tournament. But selection pressure within this team is going to be prominent. And there will also be the outside pressure, which there always is with Spain in World Cups. How will they counter this? And how will they live up, if they can, to expectations of them? Because there's always such high expectations of Spain. Uruguay. Valverde is their rock. He is their solid man to look out for. And without Suarez, obviously they are missing a bit there, and they could come under pressure. Being near their home, they could find it could support them, but it also could lower their performances. They might find they're under huge pressure, as every team is, but being near their home, they will feel they need to perform. Saudi Arabia. Don't think they'll upset again, because yes, they were great in the 2022 World Cup. It's not near their like their home as Qatar was. Qatar was very close to them. They felt very connected, but I don't believe they can replicate what they did in 2022. Cape Verde, just like a few other sides, they are enjoying the fun. They are there to put on excitement, put on some drama, possibly, but I don't think they will pull anything off this World Cup. This is my quiet group. And I believe Group H, Spain will come first, Uruguay will come second, Saudi Arabia third, and Cabo Verde fourth. Now let's move to Group I. We have France, Senegal, Norway, and Iraq. France, the top of this group, really. I don't think they'll come under a bit of pressure from Senegal and Norway. Now, we've got to talk about Norway, but we'll move on to that soon. Anyway, France, just phenomenal. Their backups, their depth within their side. Who are they going to start, though? That's the question. They've got Elise, Turkey with their assists. Turkey might be coming off the bench. There's to be thinking Turkey, who's been in such good form, will be coming off the bench for a national side, not starting. And then you have Mbappe and Dembele scoring the goals. Is Dembele going to be off the bench as well? Ballon d'Or winner, by the way. They have got depth and they've got options. So if one's not playing well, so if Mbappe's not performing to what we think he should be, Dembele will take that role, I'd say. But you always want Mbappe on the field, don't you? Senegal. They are going to prove a point this World Cup. They lost the Africa Cup of Nations because of controversy. They will want to take something back for their fans. I think they will. I think they will put on a performance. Because that's the sort of side they are. They have a lot of depth as well. They've got good players as well. And Norway, they'll come close, but I don't think they will get over Senegal or France. They might get the third place playoff. They might get into the third place spot, but they are an exciting side, Norway. They may come quiet though on the big stage. Who knows? Haaland hasn't been in the greatest of forms, but it's Haaland, so we can't predict any of that. But they are a side that everyone's looking to watch. These are going to be the games. This pool is going to be what people are going to watch. Iraq. Do they have a chance? Probably not. A bit of a tough pool. Norway is a top side at the moment. So I don't think they'll get much out of this. Another group I've named the striker group, but we said striker show because they are going to put on some exciting performances, exciting watches within this group. I believe France will come first, Senegal second, Norway third, Iraq fourth. Let's move to Group J. Now we have Argentina, Austria, Algeria and Jordan. Argentina. They are the big moments team. They're going to back up their World Cup winning performance in 2022. And they're going to be here for the fight. There's no doubt. People are kind of writing Argentina off, kind of. And I'm thinking, they're going to be here for the fight. Yes, Messi may not be here for the World Cup, and he may not be the best player on the side. But Argentina players have good players. They will stand up. And they've got experience winning World Cups. And that's not something to joke about. Austria have strong form coming into this World Cup, but they don't have as much backup. I like Austria, and I think they really like pulling performances out of the hat. Can they do it against a side like Argentina? That would be really something to watch for. Algeria have been doing well recently. Jordan have had great at the Arab Cup with great form, and they beat Algeria. I think they can beat Algeria again. Now that would be quite a big win to Jordan as well, beating Algeria, who are quite a big rival side. Now, this group, Messi's group, you just can't, World Cup winners group, whatever you want to call it. Group J, I believe Argentina will come first, Austria second, third Jordan, and Algeria fourth. Let's move to Group K. In this group there is Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, Portugal, they have a really exciting side coming into this World Cup. They have Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, who is on such a run of form this season, most assists ever in the Premier League history. And yeah, because there's questions about Ronaldo starting, but I don't think he needs to start. this is a high quality lineup they have, and they've built over the past few years. They don't need to rely on a player such as Ronaldo. They've got other big players around him. Yeah, and they are coming in with form as well. Vitinha, he is in phenomenal form. And the other PSG teammate, Nuno Mendes, he's a player to watch. He is just great to watch for PSG and will be great for Portugal. Colombia, Luis Diaz will be the main man here. He is... Yes, Colombia actually have a really good backup around him. They have good side. But Luis Diaz is the man to score the goals. He will be the man to make magic happen. And he's done so for Bayern Munich this season. So, what a watcher will be seeing Colombia this tournament. Uzbekistan, they will be here for the ride. And Congo, they have quite strong players. Wissa, he hasn't played much this season. Siddiqui, Wan-Bissaka, but they don't really have the backups behind him. They don't really have the side to beat such a big side, cause the upset. This pool I have named the creators, because Portugal and Colombia have the magic men. They have the magic men within them. Group K, I believe, will be first Portugal, second Colombia, Congo third, and Uzbekistan fourth. Now, exciting, let's move to Group L. We have England, Croatia, Panama, and Ghana. Now, England, this is... World Cup is their big moment. They need to win another. Is it coming home? Is it coming home? They have big names left out as well. So that shows the strength, how many big names there are for this England side. But the attack is great, and the defence is decent, but it's lacking those big names. Yes, they have Konsa and Gahey, who are phenomenal. They don't have the best in the world, for example. And that's a World Cup winning side will most of the time need that. So it will be interesting to see where they get to. Croatia. Now, they are lacking new talent. I've looked at this side and they look like just the same side we've seen for the past, 8 years. Yes, they did great at the last World Cup, but I think there's been a bit of a drop-off for Croatia recently. Can they replicate what they did in 2022? I don't believe so. And that is why I believe Ghana can put up a great fight against them and cause an upset over them. Semenyo will be the main man. He is the man for the side and could pull them over the line. I believe Ghana will qualify and get over Croatia. That would be quite the result, wouldn't it? Panama, America, possibility for making upsets, but this is also a very strong group. There are some pretty stacked sides and groups within this World Cup. This pool I have named the England Show because England will be the team everyone will be watching. Not all going against, but there will be eyes on England. I believe England will come first, Ghana second, Croatia third, and Panama fourth. Rightio, let's move on to our third place teams. So we have I'll name out all the teams that I've said will finish third. So Czechia, Australia, New Zealand, Jordan, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Cote d'Ivoire, Saudi Arabia, Dominican Republic of Congo, Morocco, Sweden, Norway, and Croatia. Now, when I look through this, I just had 8 teams that I just selected. And that's because of their pools are also close, but also because they just stick out to me. There's only really, I feel, 8 picks that can be picked from those 12 sides. So I'll go to the easy ones. I had Morocco. They're nearly a certain for me. Croatia, Norway, Australia, Czechia, and then the questionable ones I had was Sweden, because I think they'll turn up. Bosnia-Herzegovina. I think they'll put on performances. New Zealand, with Tim Payne, there's no way they're not qualifying. What are we talking about? Yeah. Anyway, so let's go through our knockout bracket. Okay, into the round of 32. So we have Korea Republic versus Canada. Now this would be a great matchup. Canada and Korea seem really similar, as in how strong I think they'll be within this World Cup. So this could be the matchup of the World Cup knockouts for the round of 32. I think from home advantage, Canada will get through. Korea, though, will be exciting. So there will be, well, if it happens, of course, that would be a great matchup. So Canada get through to the round of 16. Ecuador versus Norway. Now, these are two, again, sides that could come and cause some upsets within this World Cup. I think Ecuador have too much quality, though, for Norway. Norway, yes, they've got hype behind them. They've got Haaland, Odegaard, who else? So many more names, but Ecuador just have that. They seem to be a joint group. They seem to be a group that could go deep in this World Cup. Now, Netherlands versus Scotland. Netherlands will be too good for Scotland, because Scotland, yes, they'll get through, but I don't think they can put on big performance after big performance. I think they've got room for one massive win, and I believe that will only be against Morocco, not against Netherlands. Brazil versus Japan. Now, Brazil, I think, have too much quality within their side again. Japan, yes, they are looking exciting this World Cup. Brazil, though, they look at their side. Casemiro, Igor Thiago in form. Vinicius Jr., what a player. Cunha, Martinelli, Gabriel in great form, and Marquinhos. Now those names, I don't see a team like Japan beating them. So Brazil through to the round of 16. France versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. France to win, too good. Germany versus Senegal. Now, another upset. Germany out in the round of 32. That's as straight as I'm going to be. Senegal are going to beat Germany. They have a point to prove. As I said before, they are going to beat Germany. And Germany will go out with such disappointment. That will not be good for fans. Mexico versus New Zealand. New Zealand, oh no. Tim Payne, no. Mexico are going to win. Because my beloved New Zealand, such a good side. But Mexico, home side, they seem connected. And I think they will take home the victory and get into the round of 16. England versus Morocco. Now, this could be quite interesting. England will find their first big test, I think, with this game. But they will get through. England are a quality side. Yes, they might find and one blip during this World Cup could turn their season over, but they will beat Morocco, I'd say. They will beat Morocco. Turkey versus Sweden. Now, I think Turkey will win this quite easily because Sweden, yes, they are really. Though I said before, Sweden are looking really good, but Turkey, they are looking phenomenal. Arda Güler, of course, as I said before, phenomenal. Belgium versus Croatia. Now, this would be a matchup. Belgium, they often lose those big games. And this is where they need to stand up. But Croatia also have been not what I'd like to see from them. Belgium, I think, will get through. Spain versus Austria. Spain are high quality. They will live up to their expectations in this case. Who knows about later, but I think they will beat Austria. Switzerland versus Australia. Switzerland, they are going to be Australia. Australia will give them a good go, but I think Switzerland are a good side this tournament. Argentina, I believe, will beat Uruguay, and that's just because of their quality within them. Portugal versus Czechia. Now, Czechia are a really exciting side. Portugal, though, I think will take home this. USA versus Ghana. USA, I think, with their home advantage. Now, Ghana are looking really good, and I've predicted, as I said before, them to beat Croatia. But USA, with that home advantage, I think all three home sides will get through to the round of 16. So I think they will get through, USA. Egypt versus Colombia. Colombia, I think, win out there. Okay, let's move on to the round of 16. Okay, so what I've got here, Ecuador versus France. Ecuador, they are looking good, but France, they just seem to edge out in these big sort of matches. They seem to get those wins. The last two World Cups, they have got so far within the tournament, all the way to the final, won one, lost one, of course. But within these big games against such a side like Ecuador, they will be able to execute. They execute in these big sort of matches. Canada versus Netherlands. I don't think there's much of a question here who can win this, because Netherlands, yeah, they're really strong at the back, and they have that flair within them to go and win those matches as well. Canada, this is where their tournament ends, but that would be a great run for them. Brazil versus Senegal. Now, Brazil, I again think they are quality. They are too quality for Senegal. Yes, Senegal will put in big performances within this World Cup, but Brazil are there to take this World Cup home. They really want it. So there will be some big matchups later, especially in these quarterfinals, so that's a hint. Mexico versus England. Now, that could be a big match. England, though, they go deep in these tournaments, often. They find pressure later, I believe, in these tournaments, though. So they should be able to get through this hurdle. It would be quite a big hurdle for them, but Mexico don't appeal to me to win this sort of game. They win those other sort of matches. Okay, this match, I have predicted quite an upset here. Spain versus Switzerland. Switzerland to knock out Spain in the round of 16. That would be disastrous for Spain, and it would just relive the horrors they have produced within World Cup. They are such a side that often just don't live up to those expectations at World Cups, and I don't think they will this World Cup. Switzerland are looking good, and I think they will be too good for Spain. They will produce an upset. Yes, it is an upset. Turkey versus Belgium. Now, this could be a really close game. Belgium aren't... I don't think they're much better than Turkey. And Turkey, yeah, yes, they have been they are an exciting side to watch. So I think, despite this, Belgium can get through and qualify for the quarterfinals over Turkey. But it will be such a hurdle to get over. Portugal versus Colombia. Portugal, I believe, two quality of a side, and will beat Colombia decently, easily, which is quite a statement from me. Argentina versus USA. Argentina, that's pretty much the same as I said before. Argentina will get over this hurdle not without too many worries. Yes, they struggled against Australia last World Cup in something, must have been the round of 16, but I think they will get over USA not too badly, because USA, yes, they're good, but do they really? I don't think they'll get over this sort of hurdle of Argentina. They might push them though. Let's move to the quarterfinals now. These are some big matchups, so listen in now. France versus Netherlands. Now, I would say, any day France, but Netherlands, they are a good side. They are looking, they really can put, like, when it comes to quarterfinals, any sort of final really, but when it comes to finals and World Cups, anything can happen. But despite this, I think France will win. France are too good in World Cups. Switzerland versus Belgium. That is a matchup. Two big wins for each of them going into this quarterfinals. And Switzerland, I think, will just lose out to Belgium. Belgium, I think they'll find their link this World Cup. I think they'll find that last link they need to make their team run efficiently. Because that's what they've needed in the past while, and they haven't been able to put together. I think that Belgium will get to the semi-finals. That would be a really good result for them. Brazil versus England. That is a matchup. Brazil, full of stars. England, full of stars as well. Do I see Brazil winning though? I just don't know about Brazil. I just don't know if they've got that one player that can just win a World Cup. They've got so many stars, but what am I talking about? Vinicius Jr., Neymar, but it just doesn't feel like they're not the World Cup winners for me. They don't feel like a team that can just win a World Cup. I don't know why. It's strange, really. England. Now, I just think they're stacked. I just think they're stacked. And when they get their selections right under Thomas Tuchel, they will be a tough team to beat. That's why I think they'll get to the semi-finals and get over Brazil. Now, Portugal versus Argentina. This is where I have predicted the World Cup champions to get knocked out. In the quarterfinals, Portugal, they are an exciting side. Though their midfield is phenomenal. And I don't think Argentina have enough of that little bit more that they need to win a World Cup like they did last time. They had Lionel Messi in prime. He was phenomenal. But I don't think they've got that this World Cup. Portugal will get over Argentina. Now, this is what the semi-finals look like. France versus Belgium. England versus Portugal. I think there are two that stand out for me in these two matches. France and Belgium, I think the team I think will get through will be France, because Belgium I think they'll get to the, because They will have played so many big games coming up to this, and France have that depth to be able to go, oh, we've played these big matches, oh, we'll just put Dembele in early for Mbappe. Like, those sort of options are so key to winning World Cups. And when you get tired legs, it's with this shortened World Cup, tired legs count. Like, every energy you can put onto the bench can change games. I think France can do that. England vs Portugal. Portugal stand out for me. It's not coming home, guys. I'm sorry, but Portugal, they are too quality for me. They're just phenomenal. England, they are such high quality. I just don't think they can. They don't really have that grit to win those final games. And Portugal, I feel they've got the hype with them. They can do it. They don't have as much pressure on them, I don't believe. Okay. Finally, let's move to the two finalists. And I've runners up as Portugal. Now, from Portugal, I believe. So they've the informed players, their midfielders, and they have a pretty, simple path to the quarterfinals. It's they've not tested too highly with their path that I have created, of course. If they were to lose or get second or whatever in the group stage, then that could change things a lot. But I think they will have a simple path to the quarterfinals, and from there, they're solid at the back, and then they can just transfer and just create that magic that you need in those final sort of games. So, since we've called our runners up, of course, that means 2026 World Cup predicted champions are France. Does that surprise anybody? Probably not a lot. And that's because they are simply too stacked. They just, in all facets, I've got the France jersey on, so can't really talk, but I'm not biased towards France or anything. I don't even want them to win the World Cup. I want to see someone new win the World Cup, such as Portugal. But France just have so many solid players. And it's not only in attack, it's in defence. Saliba, Upamecano. So just that solidness. Those players are all world class as well. The challenges they may face, though, are the selections, but that also could be a good thing. It obviously is a good thing, that depth. But the selections could come controversy, and that could be a factor that challenges them. And the path to winning is a lot of back-to-back big wins. But I think France are the team who can do that. Since we've picked our World Cup champions, let's move on to the Quickfire Awards section. Golden Boot goes to Harry Kane. Not Kylian Mbappe. Harry Kane has been such a good player in this past season. He is too tough to stop in front of goal. He doesn't wait for things to happen as well. He goes and makes things happen. He drops back and gets in support for Bayern Munich, and he can do that for England as well. Yeah. And then for my best young player, now another England player, it is Nico O'Reilly, who's just quite the player. He's been in such good form, and it could have been Kobe Mainoo as well. Now that's quite just two massive young players, and it shows how quality England can be in the future as well. But I think O'Reilly will work for England, and I think he'll start as well. I think he'll start for England. Mainu will be quite the player as well, but he's got a lot of contest around his position as well. So I think O'Reilly will take this award. The big team that will get knocked out, I've already said it, Germany. I think will get knocked out in the round of 32 by Senegal. Germany, just they haven't been able to produce what they've wanted to in the last few competitions because they've got such a strong side, and they just haven't been able to get over win those finals, and I think that's a problem for Spain as well. Other than when they played in the Euros, Spain are really strong though. My biggest shock will be Scotland to beat Morocco. Now that would be a bit of a turn of the tables because Morocco were the shock winners in the 2022 World Cup, but I think Scotland will pull off a bit of magic in the World Cup. They have a strong side and they will produce something magical happen. Surely we can see it from New Scotland. Okay, now that is us finished from here. Thank you for listening in to my World Cup predictions. We have much more coming on Forecast Sports, especially Football World Cup content coming up, including some of the favourites breakdowns, the favourites for that World Cup, their team breakdowns. So listen in and watch the channel because there's a lot more to come from us. Thanks for listening.